Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're having a fantastic, fantastic day. Let me just double check everything is working, then we will begin. In the meantime, how are you? What have you been up to? Hope your Sunday and or Monday is going well. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty, I believe we're good. Let's go ahead and... Wait a minute. I feel like one of my lights is really dark. Hold on. Did that fix it? Yeah, that fixed it. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. How are you today? Barry, you're first. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. And Daz! Hi from work, Sob. No! How are you feeling? Daz and I were on a call for a little bit last night, and it went much later than I think intended. And he was like, I need to go to sleep. I wake up in a few hours. I was like, oh no. That makes sense. How much coffee have you had today? Is it pretty much on an IV drip at this point? Also, I forgot to do... Okay. Pin message. I haven't slept yet today. What does that mean? When was the last time you slept, Bear? Yemet, hello, welcome in. What does that mean, Bear? Like, you haven't napped today at all? Or like, you have not been to sleep in over 24 hours? I guess technically it would be Friday into Saturday is when I last slept. Bear, you need to go to sleep. You need sleep, Bear. We need you to look. I'll put you to sleep. I can't. No, you will when I start getting into the game.
Jetpack to the moon and back.
Yeah, thank you so much for the 46 months. I appreciate it. Okay. For some reason, for a second, it looked like I was in front of the message. Yeah, thank you so much for 46 months. Wild. That's 2 months away from 4 years. 4 years. That's wild. Thank you so much for being here. Over the weekend, I saw on Reddit a League of Legends post. Excuse me. That got a lot of traction. Very curious if Riot will do anything. But apparently there is a Riot partner streamer who plays ranked and stuff. But he has a thing where if people donate like $10, it uses his alt. And if someone does, or maybe that one's one is like if you do a certain amount, it uses his flash, and another that uses his ult for like more money. One's more than the other. I assume it's the ult. It's probably more expensive. But a lot of someone posted about it and was like, this seems like this should be against like Riot TOS because they're basically taking donations to throw their ranked games. There was like a paragraph about it. A lot of people upvoted it. It was a little insane too, because apparently like, so a viewer, I guess, was watching it, went to Reddit, posted it on Reddit, and I was like, hey, this streamer is doing this right now. This seems like this is a bad thing, especially since they're right partner. They should, they should not be right partner if they're throwing games for money and whatever. Apparently, one of the mods of that streamer, like, doxed the person who made the post and was like, I was able to find out all of this personal information about the person who posted this. They didn't like explicitly say anything, but they were like, they basically hinted at like, wow, they made it very easy to find their personal information, which I mean, I feel like would lead anybody else to be like, oh, let me look them up, like, so it turned into a whole thing, but like and then the streamer while on stream got his community to try to like downvote the post and like drama in the League of Legends subreddit for the first time ever. They never have drama over there. Just kidding. I will say you and YV do have soothing voices, except occasionally YV will let out a curse and then I'll wake up. That's funny. I don't know if I don't think I have a very well. I think YV has a soothing voice. I have a very monotone voice. And I think like my voice is more boring. His is more soothing, if that makes sense. So I think there's a difference. Like his is interesting, but soothing. Mine will put people to sleep because it's boring. So same effect, just different. Take the compliment. No, it's just different methods, But anyway, I thought that was interesting. I haven't actually checked the subreddit to see if anything like League of Legends. I wonder if there's anything. Doesn't look like there's been. I think Riot should do something about it. Especially because the person is a Riot partner. If this is like a content creator that Riot is like, we want them to represent us in a way. There should be some, what's the word? Not responsibility. There should be some I'm missing the word. But there should be some like, regulation. I don't even see the original post anymore. I wonder if they had to close it down. If they had to shut it down. Unless I just... Oh, no, I see it. I guess there's no update. Okay, wait. The streamer and Riot partner that trolls ranked games for donations on stream. He's using a script tied to his donations. So for €2, his ult goes off automatically, and for €5, the same happens to his flash. That's interesting. That it's, I feel like maybe it's because ults. I don't know. But the person like clipped a bunch of stuff anyway. Wild. Dropped my coaster. But anyway, what have you guys been up to besides not sleeping, Bear? What else have you guys been doing? The birthday stream is this Friday. So I hope to see you guys there. YV and I will be playing We Were Here Together. Very excited to play that. It should hopefully be a good time. I hung out a little bit with YV last night. He opened up the Christmas present I sent him, and I was like, I made sure he bought the. Wait, did he buy the game? No, he didn't. I have to remind him to buy the game on Thursday, my Thursday. But he did look at it. He did actually look at the game. So I finally made him look at the trailer. So he knows what's coming. But a little bit of cleaning. Oh, that's good. A little bit of chores. That's nice. Always good to be productive. I feel like I don't know what it is. I'm very much. I mean, maybe it's just because Lego. Welcome in, Lego. How are you? I'll have to tell you the thing I just said. I feel like you'd find it interesting, or would have an opinion on it. But I was gonna say. Oh, I keep thinking it's Monday here because I know that it's Monday in Australia. And I was like, oh, a lot of them are starting work today or back at work today. But I've thought it was Monday, actively. Real quick, Lego, I just said that on the I did. That was, well, I don't know if this is my bad. It's our bad. My bad. How does he have just a coffee IV drip just hooked up to him at this point? But I was saying, Lego, on the League of Legends subreddit this past weekend, someone made a post saying that there is a Riot partner and Twitch streamer who I assume he has to be also a Twitch partner, but they didn't say that in the post. Anyway, who has it set up to where people can donate, and it'll, like, if for $2 it'll use his ult, and for $5 I think it uses his flash, like just whenever the donation goes through. And people were saying that well, this person made a post because they were like, if he's a Riot partner, he shouldn't be taking donations to throw ranked games. Like, he's basically letting his community help him ruin the game for the rest of the people he's playing with. Because he's just queuing up with, like, randoms. He doesn't have, like, a team of... He's not playing with, like, a full squad or something. Yeah, so people are pretty upset. The post currently has 13,000 upvotes on the League of Legends subreddit. Apparently he's in the European server. Anyway... But people are pretty upset because they're like, you know, especially if he's a Riot partner, he should be held to some kind of standard. Like, the Riot has chosen him to be a part of, like, you know, to represent them in a way. So there should be some kind of standard that he needs to follow, and taking donations to throw a game is essentially what's happening. I mean, when you boil it down, it's maybe not like so intentional, but it's like it should be. Throwing games is toxic, and he should be banned. Yeah, a lot of people are like he should not be a Riot partner, and 2 should get some kind of suspension or ban, because that's pretty messed up. I feel like if it wasn't ranked, it'd be a little different. I could like if it was ARAM, I don't think anyone would care, right? Like I don't think anyone. It would still be like kind of lame, because it'd be like, you know, everyone else is still like playing the game, but like, yeah, I don't think I would notice it really if it was ARAM. There are enough people who play poorly that it's like I just have been like they must just not know how to use their character, because it's, you know, your character's random in an ARAM, but like in ranked, that's pretty like, yeah, that's even more toxic. But people are really trying in ranked. Yeah, granted, you have tryhards in ARAM. To be fair, you have some major tryhards, but yeah, it doesn't really mean anything. And again, it's also an ARAM game lasts 15 to 20 minutes and you move on. But yeah, that seems very trolly. And again, also for like to have it on stream and be getting money for it and all of that is like, that's true. But if it's a fun mode, if I want to waste my flash, people. I mean, that's the thing is like people do that in ARAM. I've seen it more in ARAM Mayhem, where like at the very start, people will like get really close. Like both teams will try to see how close they can get without like hitting the other team, or, you know, to see how yeah. And then like people will just use their flashes and stuff. That's always kind of funny. I played one game. This was a couple weeks ago. I remember I saw someone on my team like just like inched their way forward and even like went like through the entire enemy team and made it back without getting hit. Like the other team didn't like do anything. I thought that was very funny. But I did that, and someone like I forget who it was. I think it was like a Syndra or somebody tried to like just combo me, and I was like, unbelievable. We're having fun here. How rude. I'm fairly positive it was a Syndra, because then I spent the next couple times like just doing. I killed them. I think that my first 2 kills was the Syndra. I was like, how rude. You didn't follow the decorum of No Man's Land right there. And Tune, welcome in. How are you? Just seems so rude. We're all having fun emoting, and, you know, rude Syndra. But what was I gonna say? Anyway, but yeah, I saw that post and I was like, I really hope Riot responds in some way, but it seems like they haven't at this point. But they should. Even at I don't know. I would want them to give at the very. I mean, he probably should get suspended or banned, and even maybe have Riot partner removed from, like, be removed from that program, because again, that's kind of egregious. But at the very least, I would love Riot to say something, and maybe like publicly, like, you know, I don't know. They need to say something about it. Good. On the train home from the movies, what did you see? What did you see today? I still haven't watched the last season of Stranger Things. People, I feel like it seemed mixed, but everyone that's watched the whole thing has said, like, the last episode they said, I'm satisfied, is what is like what I've heard. Resurrection. Haven't heard of it. 2025? Oh. That sounds really interesting. How was it? It's a Korean film, it looks like. Fried my brain. The concept of it sounds wild for in a society where people stop dreaming to expand or to extend their lifespan, some dangerous individuals still dream, warping the fabric of time. We experience 5 dreams for each of the senses, each chronologically representing a period of cinema. The trailer looks wild. This looks like the type of movie that I would like really be interested in. I do love a bit of like oh, this was kind of like, I mean, like visually it looks really cool. So I like visual aesthetic stuff, but like or like where the aesthetics is obviously like a major part of the movie. But I do like kind of weird Alice in Wonderland-y type, you know. I don't know. It looks interesting. I need the video essay, guys, to get to it. Interesting. That looks. I might have to. That's probably. I could see myself watching that very soon. But that's awesome. Thank you for telling me that. That looks like a great movie. Very curious, and I'm glad that you liked it. I forget. Where in the world do you live? I can't remember off the top of my head. Great movie for my first theater going of the year. Yeah, that's really cool. That sounds, yeah, it seems like a great pick. I hadn't even heard of it. So yeah, thanks for putting it on my radar. Also, I think, so Wednesday is my birthday. Friday is my birthday stream. But Wednesday, I think Wednesday is going to be when we look at all the Australia photos and stuff. Oh, I asked, where in the world are you? I kind of forget where you live. You don't have to be too specific, but like, you know, if you don't want to be, but like, I forget where you are. I'm in Maryland, right outside DC. Okay, very cool. That makes sense because you said train, so I was like, not as common. So I was like thinking, I was trying to piece that together. But okay, very cool. I think that does ring a bell. You've been to my house. I have been to your house, Lego. Isn't that wild? I was actually thinking of that when I was on the call with Dez. I was like, I've stood in that room. How weird. How strange. So actually, same thing. I was on a call with YV right before Dez's, and I was like, I was right there. I've been in your room. So yeah, it's wild, and maybe hopefully one day I'll be back again. Maybe I'll be back again. That would be lovely. That would be wonderful. I know a famous person near there. Lego, do you know famous people? Oh, no. Oh, no. I know a famous person near, like you're being like, yeah, you didn't like that. I thought those typos. I'm not famous. Nobody knows me. I was like, how do you know a famous person near DC? Well, I was like, what famous Australian do you know that lives now in Washington, D.C.? But anyway, maybe I'll be back. I don't even know where DC is. That's fair. You're famous in my heart. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, but maybe, hopefully, one day I'll be back. I'd love to be back in Australia. That's toxic. To be fair, Lego does play League of Legends, so it runs in his blood. Just a smidge of toxicity. Just below the surface. Ready to emerge. But yeah. Anytime I talk to an Australian, I'm always just like, I want to be back. Anytime I'm looking at the photos, I'm like, I want to be back. I wish I was there. So maybe, hopefully, one day, I will either get to live there or just return there for an extended time. It would be absolutely wonderful. The best time. I know. I need to get Daz a resume. Maybe he can help me get connected. No Other Choice. That's another one I haven't heard of. Sorry, my league isn't working, so I have to be toxic somewhere. Oh, wait. I've seen the poster for this. The poster was posted on Reddit. The art one. I know nothing about it, but I said that is a cool poster. Just purge yourself of that. No. League can be quite addicting. ARAM Mayhem is probably the most fun I've had playing League the entire time I've played League of Legends. It can be so addicting. It knows how to, like, the dopamine. The game knows how to, like, withhold its dopamine and then just give you a heavy dose of all of the dopamine at once. And then you're like, yes, I need to keep playing this. And while it slowly just removes their dopamine. And then it's like, right when you think you're about to quit, it's like, no, here's some more. I'm bored of everything else. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are calling it one of the best movies of the year. Very interesting. I'll have to listen out for what people are saying. It looks cool. I appreciate your enjoyment of, like, varied movies. I feel like you know, I feel like a lot of people shy away from foreign films and all that sort of stuff, so I appreciate that you look for that stuff. What was the movie? No Other Choice. Yeah, I watch pretty much anything. Yeah, I love that. I think that's, like, you know, a lot of people shy away from, like, just, you know, not the mainstream, you know? So, my boy in it. Who's your boy? No other choice. Plus, I love giving people recommendations, so that's fair. I do love, if I've seen a good movie, I love watching it with people. And being like, when the good parts are happening, just looking over and being like, I want to see their face. Lee Byung-hun. Sassy! Welcome in, Sassy! How are you? I don't know him. Apparently he's in K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, is in Squid Game? I've only seen the first season. Is he in the first season? I don't feel like I... Oh, is he the... like, rich guy or something? I don't think I know him. I'm alright. Sad that break is over. I was curious about that. How do you feel? Like, are you Reggie for tomorrow? Me, when I took my friend to watch Hereditary in IMAX, I have never watched Hereditary. I don't think I will. I don't like spoopy. Yeah, anytime I watch a fun movie with either like a good twist or anything, I'm always just like, I want to watch their expression. I don't want to go back. No, yeah, I don't blame you. Do you have like your not syllabus, but like the class plan ready and all of that? By the way, have any of you taken the Enneagram? It's a personality test. I love Hereditary. Yeah, it looks very spoopy. It looks a bit too spoopy for me. I don't think I could handle it. I like some spoop, like it has to be more like environmental or like I can't handle like a cosmic horror sort of vibe. Have you ever watched what's that one movie that I love? UFO Death Cult. The Endless. Have you ever watched The Endless 2017? Very good. Big fan. No, surely you would love it? Don't think so. I don't think so. I've seen enough of the trailer of Hereditary to be like, no. Spoopy. Too spoopy. The Endless is that one with the timelines or something. Yes. Yes. I really enjoyed it. It's made by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. The two of them do a really good job. They also did the Moon Knight series for Marvel. Which I thought was excellent. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Tell you what, I'll watch it right now and let you know. Wait, have you not watched Hereditary, or do you mean The Endless? They did something, yeah, because I think Something in the Dirt is connected to The Endless, if in a way. I think that's the movie. Is it this one? Wait, no. This one I haven't seen. What is the one that's connected? It's one of their first ones. Resolution, which is one of their first films, 2012. There's sort of like an Easter egg connection in 2017's The Endless. There's like one of the time loops that they see are the characters from that movie. The resolution. Anyway. Coherence. I don't think so. (2013) No. Is it good? Sounds interesting. I'll watch the trailer after stream. It's great. Okay. It seems cool. A must watch if you like timeline stuff. Oh, okay, very cool. I do like that kind of stuff. I'll give the trailer a watch and then see if I want to watch it. What was I gonna say? Oh, have any of you taken the Enneagram, the personality test? A lot of jobs sometimes will make you take it. I feel like it's a common, like, workplace, office, we're going to take a personality test. And it ends up being the Enneagram. The results are, like, numbers. So, like, they'll be, like, it's, like, 1 through 9, I think is the max. And it'll be, like, you're a type 5. A 5 is a blank. Usually the number also has like a name with it, but I honestly, to be fair, I don't remember any of the numbers. Maybe it's because I'm bad with numbers, but like I couldn't tell you what any of the numbers mean except for mine. I took the test. It's spelled Enneagram. It's spelled like that, just so I know. It sounds, I don't know what that means. I don't even know like how they pieced that word together. But anyway, I took it yesterday and it was like my results. Well, okay. I took it once a long time ago and I did not think my results were very accurate. And I was like, I don't like this. But I ended up taking the test yesterday and my results were, like, very accurate. Also, if you like time, Beyond the Infinite 2 minutes. Let me... Yeah, also... Ooh. This looks very cool. I'm liking the aesthetics of it. That's funny. A cafe owner discovers that the TV in his cafe suddenly shows images from the future, but only 2 minutes into the future. I could see my... Yeah, this looks great. How long is it? Is it short? An hour, 10 minutes. That's not bad. It's a nice, easy watch. Yeah, that seems great. That seems like an easy, like, add to watch list. Yeah, that seems great. Big fan. But yeah, so I took the test and apparently, well, so okay, actually I had to take the test twice because so I took the test and I got to the results page and I saw, like, in bold it said you are a type 2 wing 1, which that doesn't mean anything to anybody. But basically, like, so, like, the way the results are shown, it's on, like, a circle, like a clock almost, but there's only 9 numbers. So, wrong clock. And, they'll give you like a main number, and then the way like the personality results are organized, you can have what they call a wing, which is basically like either the number on either side. You might like lean to either side of like that as well. So there might be traits of the numbers next to you that like correspond to yours, I believe. So like so as a 2, I can also be either a wing 1 or wing 3. But what site did you use? Shady, welcome in. Oh, Wall. Deborah Ann Wall. That's great. I think Enneagram Universe. Or wait, is this the one? Yeah. Enneagram Universe is what I took. Here's where I went. .com. Shady, have you ever taken the Enneagram? I feel like you would have. But so I had to take it twice yesterday because I got to the result page, then saw that it said in bold, you are type 2 wing 1. And then on the Apple mouse, you can if you like move to the left, it will go back on your web browser. Anatomy of Winter, welcome in. Winter, how are you? And I accidentally did that. So I saw my result and went back, and then when I tried to go forward on the browser, it was one of those like, we cannot find your page anymore. So I had to retake the test. What's funny is I got then so the first time it said I was a type 2 wing 1. Second time it said I was a type 2 wing 3. But I looked at the scoring because it showed like how many points went into each, and it seems like I'm neck and neck, which I on the wings. I think that's probably accurate, but I think type 2 wing 1 fits me more. Enneagram, what's your Enneagram? I'm doing pretty good, Shady. How are you? My birthday is on Wednesday. I think we're going to look at Australia pictures on that day. And then my birthday stream is on Friday. We're the same type, are we? Lovely. Yay. Valkyrie Beards, welcome in. How are you? Yay. Helpful people, but probably incredibly insecure people. Can I complain about customer service? Always. Valkyrie, how are you? What have you been up to? Better than I was this morning. What happened this morning? Space Cowboys? Kind of. I'm going to take this test in a while. Yeah, you should. I'd love to hear what your results are. Whether that's like now or like, you know, after you take the test or later, if it's like another day or something, just jot it down. They on Enneagram Universe, you might have to take also. They have like the Enneagram wing test as well. I can't remember if you have to take both or if the first test just takes you. But what's nice is like they have like a their descriptors of what the each type is like seemed very like I felt like it was fairly in depth for what they give you for it being free, and because this is typically this is like one of those tests where you would like pay for it if you want like the full breakdown and like all of the details and like maybe a more thorough test. You would pay for something like this, but for like a free website, it's like not, you know, they give you a seemingly decent amount of information. So Captain Malcolm, Space Cowboy, my intro. We love that. We love that, Gigi. How are you? I took in my iPhone to get a new battery. I explicitly asked for same day replacement, and they said repeatedly they could do it. They said 3:30 pickup. It was 11. Oh no, I hate where this is going. At 3:30, they texted boyfriend to say it wasn't going to be done that day. And then it came the next 30 minutes. I could come pick it up and then drop it back again today. I couldn't even get there, so I just had to leave my phone overnight. Oh no. So that was yesterday. So have you picked up your phone since then? Getting off work, which I was 3 hours late to because I forgot to turn on the alarm on my phone, which I have a plug-in alarm clock as a backup for. Oh no. Except we had a power flicker overnight that knocked that out. No! Oh no, Valkyrie. How did that go? What did work say? There's a book called The Wisdom of the Enneagram that is actually pretty interesting. Oh, interesting. I wonder if I can find a free PDF version of it online. My cat almost fell off the bed at 3 a.m. and caught herself with my left calf, so I have some nice gouges in the back of my right on the back of the right below my knee. That was a nice time. Oh no. Did you get in trouble for being so late? I go back this morning. Wait, I go back this morning at midday to collect it, and they haven't done it. They say there was another urgent order. It'll take 2 more hours. It is across town, so I have to drive back to go to gym. Shady, I'm so sorry. This sounds terrible. It sounds like the worst. I come back from gym to find my boyfriend received a call from them saying, sorry, we don't have the part we need for the replacement and we don't know when it will be in, so you can leave it or come pick it up. Why does it keep getting worse, Shady? No, they'd really only be mad if it was a repeat incident. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'm sorry that happened, Valkyrie. That's terrible. And Shady also. That sounds just awful. So now I have to drive back across town and get it. I was just there, and they don't even have the part for you. I forgot my lunch, too, so I'm hangry. No! Today's just a bad day. Everyone's having a bad day today. Why is that? 2026 is just not... It's not the year. Shut it down. Let's just go to 2027. I wanted it before I went overseas this Thursday, and there's no way to do it. Yeah. What? Wait, where are you going? Are you going back? Wait, where are you going? Gonna go in tomorrow to make up time, so hopefully they don't... Also, is this the Apple Store? Okay, I did think it was I was curious if it was your sister's wedding. There are no Apple stores in New Zealand. Okay, fair. Fair. Does it not authorize repair? Okay, that makes more sense, I suppose. Because I was going to say, like, I feel like, at least when I worked at Apple, I feel like that's one of those things where they would be like, if you complained at all, they'd be like, here's a replacement phone. Like, we're giving you like, we're so sorry for all of this trouble. Because, yeah, that is very frustrating. Can you... Is it under, like, Apple Care or anything? Is there, like, any way you can, while you're in Melbourne, do something? Or, I don't know. The glass in the back of my phone is held together with tape because I don't want the fuss of all that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fully booked. Okay. Dang. That's unfortunate. No! That's a bummer, Shady. I'm sorry that's vent over. Sorry everyone's having a bad 2026. I hope it's only uphill. Well, no, wait. It's only up from here. That's what I mean to say. So say it's only uphill from here, but that's a bad thing. But downhill doesn't sound better, to be honest, either. Can't wait to get home, get my jeans off so they quit rubbing my calf. Yeah. And hopefully eat some food, too. My work boots come up to exactly where that is. No! Everyone's having a tough time. Well. Yes, food. Yes, you need food. Sends hugs and good vibes for chat. Such two behavior, Winter. So I will say I took, so taking the test, it said I was a two wing one. Thank you. A 2 wing 1. And I think that is more that sounds closer to me for the most part. There were some things as I went ahead and read what a 2 wing 3 is. I think there are some things in that I'm like, I can kind of see that too, but I think overall a 2 wing 1 is more accurate. It may not be 100%, but it's like everything else about it, like besides certain nitpicky things, I think it is like most like my personality. And there were some things I read about it that was like, that is too accurate. I sold some wrap and nonstick and a nonstick pad for my horse med kit, so it's not aggravated, at least as it could be. But cat scratches just tend to hurt. Yeah, that I could imagine. That, yeah, and it wouldn't be fun to have then like a boot rubbing up against it or whatever. That does not sound fun. But I've heard so on Enneagram Universe it says 2 wing 1 is the servant. And I think sometimes some tests will call it the helper, but what was it? So where was it? Anyway, as I was reading all of this and I was like, oh boy. So like it has on Enneagram Universe, it has your basic fear and basic desire. And I was like, oh gosh. Basic fear is not feeling loved, and they constantly honor whom they love. And it says, although they reject affection in 1,000 different ways, they need to feel loved back. They build security by serving others and being worthy of love. The 2 wing 1 is a skilled reader of other people's feelings. As they scan others, they feel compelled to satisfy them while not forgetting their own feelings. This can be an important backbone in both relationships and conflicts. And then basic desires: to be loved, to feel accepted, to be surrounded by affection. And I was like, as I was reading all of this, I was like, oh gosh, they've figured me out. Life is intense and full of ups and downs, and everyone deals with it and goes through the pain in different ways. However, if they could, Enneagram Type 2 Wing 1s would save those dark hours for you. They know how it feels, and their concern comes from their strong empathy. They end up loving others in an unconditional way as they should love themselves. That's why there are so many expectations in relationships. And I was like, this is oh no. Apparently, the famous characters who are two wing 1s, Mother Teresa, Samwise Gamgee, Marge Simpson, Anna from Frozen, and Jane Eyre. So we're with some good ones. Nulgar, welcome in. Hi Jet Bypack, it's 2 a.m. Nulgar, hope you have a good night. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. The fears hit so hard. It does. I feel like the speedway for people to type themselves with the Enneagram is going through the fears and choosing the ones that resound. Yeah, that's probably a fair way to do that. It's enneagramuniverse.com. And I think there's like a separate test you have to take. There's one that's just the Enneagram, and then there's like Enneagram wing test. But the threes, so the difference between, like, some of the difference between the 2-1 or the 2-3 was like the 2-1s are introverted. I'm technically extroverted. What else? Magical welcome in. Yeah, it says 2-1s are more introverted. They care more about helping individuals. 2-3s are more extroverted, care more about bringing people together. And like in both of those, I'm very like it. The thing is that like I am more extroverted, but I love like I am energized by being around people, but I just like that being a smaller group of people. But I am decent at like bringing people together. And like, I mean, I would say like, yeah, I would maybe almost say more. Wait, time for work. See you tomorrow. Good night, everyone. GG, I hope you have a good one. If you take that test, let us know your results. We might take it on stream again one day, and just get everyone to take it as a single time. We can all talk about it as well, because we used to do that occasionally. So we might do that at some point. But what was I gonna say? Oh, if you look at like, you know, I feel like I did a good job. Probably more specifically in YV's stream, being like somebody who's like trying to bring people together, you know? I'm like better at that. Or I'm good at that, but like in my own like personal life, I'm more, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of split, though. Overall, the description and fears, I think, of the 2-wing one, because the hold on. Is this 2-wing 3? 2-wing 3 is the hostess, and it seems like it's more about like the fear is like similar, but it's more about like they're wanting a safe space within a group of people, and they kind of want more of the like admiration of others in general, where that's like not me. I don't really care overall of like what a group thinks so much as I care about like what a couple individuals think, if that makes sense. So I think that's more of like I think the, you know, so 2-wing 1 seems more accurate to me, but I was reading both and I was like, I could see bits and pieces of either of these. But anyway, I'm walking back to my house taking it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be curious to see. But anyway, I think personality tests are interesting. Again, I'll say that typically when we've taken a personality test on stream, I say this, so I'll say it now, which is that personality tests aren't 100% accurate. They're not, you know, they're not. Not everything is going to be correct about you, and I think it's one of those things where it's good to like read the description and be like, is this like me? Is this not like me? You know, sometimes it's helpful if you have a close friend look at the results and you can be like, do you think this sounds like me or not? And sometimes they can be like, yeah, that does actually sound like you. Or they can be like, oh, I see this and not that. They can kind of help you parse through the information. But I do find that stuff like interesting. Hold on, if I do, but I think it's a helpful tool. Really, is what it comes down to. Not the law, just helps inform and shed light. 100%. So, because yeah, I know some people like hate personality tests, and I think part of it is like, you know, you don't want to be put in a box. You don't want to, you know, or I think some of it is like, I think sometimes it is this expectation of like, it's supposed to reflect me entirely 100% correct. And that's just not, I mean, it's not how they work. But again, it's a helpful tool. I think it can be also helpful then to know what other people are like. Cause then you might be like, again, even if it's not 100% accurate, it can kind of be like, okay, I know in dealing with them, you know, their main concern is going to be this, you know, like, people might, in dealing with me, they might be able to be like, Jet's going to be concerned about, you know, if, you know, if he's feeling accepted at this point, like if someone has conflict with me or something, you know, they might be like, I need to make sure I communicate this, that this doesn't change anything or whatever. So Enneagram was really helpful for me in relation to interacting with others. Yes, 100%. I think that's like the helpful piece is like then being like, oh, okay, if they're a blank, depending on what the test is, might not be a number, it could be a, you know, set of letters or a moniker of some kind. It could be then like, okay, I know that I need to approach them in this way. And sometimes that's like you need to be more direct, or sometimes it means you need to be softer with them. I'm probably someone, well, I generally like it when people are more direct with me, but I don't want them to be mean. I don't want them to be mean about it. I want them to be, I want them to be direct, but I want them to still be nice. Please consider my emotions and feelings in this, because I will take it very personally. I will question if now if you hate me because of this. So, especially when you dial down to fears and wants, because it helps you understand motivations and approaches. Yeah. I was actually telling this to Daz last night. There is I have actually been trained in the DISC personality test, where I have administered it before. And that one I think broke down the result of that one for me. I think also kind of summed it up, and I think it's fairly accurate to what the Enneagram is too. Where in the DISC it's about like security and like feeling. My result was like one of the things that you like value is security and like not what's the word, not that things are boring, but that like things are stable, you know, like I like knowing where I stand with people, and feeling secure in that is very valuable to me. So I think, you know, when people interact with me, it's one of my values, I suppose, or you know, things I hold in esteem is security. Which I think, based on like what I'm saying about the twos and stuff, you know, it's the security in their relationship with others. I think I've heard that test. The test is, so it's the DISC, DISC. Sometimes it is known as the Lion Otter Retriever Beaver test, because that's kind of like how you can characterize each of the it's how you can generalize the letters. D is like a lion. The lion is more of like the leader type, take charge, authoritative. They're more task oriented, success oriented. Eyes are the otters, who are more like, I think the eye, if I recall, it's been a while, was like influence maybe or something, or having trouble remembering. But that's like your fun, loving, outgoing, people pleasing, like, you know, life of the party type personality. S is the retriever, which is can't remember what the S stands for. It's been a while. But that's your like, they're relational, more less outgoing than an otter, but are more like your quiet best friend type. They like stability in a like environment, but are kind of like rules followers. And then you have C's, which are beavers, which are like rules oriented, task oriented. They want procedures and are more like aligned with like lions in that way, but are just like different with how they go about, you know, situations. It's you know, I love personality tests. I think work has to do that one. Yeah, that one's pretty fun. I feel like every once in a while there's like a shift in like what different jobs make you do. I feel like DISC was it for a long time. And then, well, it was like Myers-Briggs, then DISC. And then like the Enneagram, I think, has like kind of gained a lot of popularity over the past few years. I feel like the Enneagram sounds the most unapproachable to me because of the fact that they use numbers. And so like when I hear like people say, "Oh, I'm a 4, wing 5," that like doesn't, it sounds like nothingness in my head. Like it doesn't, and maybe it's because I just am, again, I'm bad with numbers. So like even me associating a number with like a trait is difficult, I think. So it's hard for me to remember that. Whereas like lion, otter, beaver, retriever immediately kind of like, you know, they might be an otter. I was a retriever otter. So like retriever was my number 1, otter was my second, which I think matches my personality a lot. I think I was then, beaver was like super low, and then lion was the lowest. I think now if I retook the test, I think lion has probably come up a little bit. I don't know where my results would lie, but it is fun to take tests over again as years go by, because like you're you know, you change a bit as time goes on, but also like just depending on your environment, things can change, whether that's like friends environment or your job roles, if they've changed, or even if your roles within a group of people like friends or whatever have changed, you know, that can kind of tweak things a bit. So like, I don't know, it's I think that stuff is interesting. Again, I don't think they're like, you know, I don't think it like defines you. I don't think it like, you know, it's not meant to put you in a box. It just is sort of like a oh, this is, you know, what you know, it's good to evaluate. And I do like to self-evaluate, and I do like to introspect a bit. So, I don't know. But either we'll probably at some point, like, take it on stream and then get people, you know, we can all talk about our results, whatever. I feel that way too about the Enneagram. The numbers sound so cold and computational. They don't evoke associated feelings or images. Yeah, maybe that's because we're both twos. We're such twos that we want some kind of, you know, more pleasant, you know, feeling to that. Because, yeah, I do agree. It sounds very cold. It sounds so robotic to be like, I am a 6. Give us the warmth. Yes, I need something a little bit more personal in how it's, like, you know, given to me. Because it is funny. They have, like, names for each of them too. And maybe I will say it does seem like, depending on the source, the name is different. So, like, again, 2-1 on Enneagram Universe is the servant, but on other sites it's known as the helper. And I wonder if that's because helper sounds nicer than servant. Like, servant sound, like, I get what they're going for. So, but I wonder if, like, servant sounds too intense, and some people don't like that, so they went with helper, or, like, which I don't care either way. I get what they're going for. Like, people have been described as, like, servant-hearted, and I understand what that means. They're not saying you are, like, a maid or, like, a, you know, like, indentured to somebody. It's just, like, it's just, anyway, I get what the description is. But anyway, so maybe that's why people, like, just can't agree on what each of the things are, but I don't know. Or, like, or the companion, that's also what I've heard. If you look up 2-1, sometimes it's the companion. But anyway. Just interesting. It was really interesting. Our whole marketing department took it for fun, and we all landed in 2s and 3s. It did make me wonder if artists in general, all art forms, are more likely to fall in those numbers. I mean, I could see that being, like, definitely, like, a lean. Like, you might find that different careers or something might fall into, like, a different, you know, whatever. Or, not saying that, like, you know, an artist can't be a 9. I don't know what a 9 is, but, like, it is not saying that they couldn't be, but it's just like, you might have, like, some people lean towards different careers or whatever. Just got home, 43 questions in, gonna shower, quick BRB. All right, sounds good. We're gonna BRB and probably start hopping into the game, but I'm still curious to hear what your results are. So friends, let's go, because we have to run ads. Let's go ahead and BRB. Stand up, grab a snack, grab a drink if you need to, and then we'll be back with Outer Wilds. I'm taking it too. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm very curious. So BRB.
Take this pause to rejuvenate. Stand, stretch, hydrate. We will be back in just a few moments.
And welcome back, everybody. Hope you're all having fun. Hope you're all taking the test, and you can tell me your results. Part of me was like, do we just not play Outer Wilds and we just keep talking about the Enneagram now? We can get into the game, though. I feel like there are probably people here who want to watch the game. What am I doing? We need to, we were trying to get to the, the tower. I kind of have an idea. Is that on? Yeah. Wait. No, it's on Brittle Hollow. Where is that? So, this game is such a cool concept. Yeah, so this is my first time playing it, and I've really enjoyed it. So far, it's been great. We've discovered some things. I am missing... I realized... Was that... I can't remember if it was last time. I think it was. Oh, boy. Okay. Is it this? Yeah. So this is a tower that we need to get into. And hold on. I'm gonna okay. So we were having trouble getting into this place. And I think I know what I want to do now. Because we followed it through, it gets dropped into the black hole beneath it. And we went through without a ship. I think when this building starts to fall, I think I'm gonna get into my ship, because we ended up dying when we went through the black hole, because then we ended up slamming into like a building. So I think what I want to do is when this starts falling, which is we're going to have to wait here a bit, so we can talk about y'all's results while we wait for this to fall. But I want to get into the ship as we're falling. What are your results, Bear? Tell me while we wait for the ship to fall. Or while the tower to fall, which is I think like 10 minutes in or something. A type 5. Let's see. Hold on. How do I look at... I need to look at... I just want... Enneagram type 5. The investigator. The thinker. The innovator. The observer. Enneagram type 5s are part of the head triad. The ones who want to reveal how the world works and to unveil the mystery of life, but afraid of the biggest mystery, themselves. How have you read through the page, and do you think it's accurate to you? Also, how did you find the test? Like, what did you think of the test? Like, do you feel like you're able to answer the question? Sometimes I do, like, sometimes I hate Pretty accurate so far. Okay. Sometimes I struggle with the whole like, well, like when it's like sometimes, always, never, or like, you know, when it's out of 5, it's like, yes, this 100% describes me. Sometimes this describes me. Neutral, and then, you know, the opposite. And sometimes it's hard for me to like pick, but let's see. What motivates Enneagram Type 5? Oh wait, hold on. For Enneagram 5s, doing it right is not enough. They need to go beyond, break the wall, and take a leap into the unknown. This fearless and thrilling attitude is exclusive to their thoughts. That's why Type 5s withdraw into their interstellar home and prioritize thinking over doing. What motivates them? Being useful, competent, capable of something great, leaving their mark. These are the things that keep 5s sparkle burning. In depth, they hate the idea of being useless, good for nothing, and that's where their unstoppable effort to become an expert in things they find... Wait, in things... Finds is... Wow. Wait, hold on. I can read. Type 2's illiterate. These are the things that keep Enneagram 5's sparkle burning. In depth, they hate the idea of being a useless good for nothing, and that's where their unstoppable effort to become an expert in things finds its impetus. There we go. I get so nitpicky. Sometimes I'm like, well, sometimes I hate when it's like, it describes a situation almost, and they're like, is this you? Like, how does this describe you? And there will be something in it that I'm like, well, this specifically is not me, but the way they started this does describe me. So I'll put like, I'm like, so I don't know what I'm necessarily answering, you know? That's sometimes where I overthink. What do you feel that sparkle is? Do you have a mark, you want to leave? Ooh. I answered most of the questions pretty quickly. There were like 4 that I got stuck on for a bit. That's fair. I do like to understand things, and when I don't understand it, I tend to make it my priority to understand it. That's fair. I could feel like that makes sense for a lot of the games you play, too. Gonna hang with Mr. Panda for the last few hours of break. Have a great stream. Sassy, have a good one. I hope I hope work tomorrow goes well. Hope you have an okay day. You should also, Bear, you should take the wing test. I'm curious what wing you are, too. A lot of the games, if there isn't a question in my head the entire time, I tend to drift away from it. That's fair. Okay, this hasn't started falling yet. I wonder if I should be, like, inside and ready? Maybe. Oh, same website. Here is the link. I think the wing test is much shorter. If I recall, it's only 20 questions. Oh, and also, like, I just pulled it up again because I was like, what are some of the questions? This one, do you enjoy being seen as charismatic and charming? I mean, I would like to be. Do people see me as that? I don't think so. Not really. I think when people, I think maybe on a surface level, some people see that, but then when you get to know me, you see that that's not the case at all. Maybe I should buckle up. I feel like when we start to fall, it's probably better to have your seatbelt on, you know? I do remember it took a while before we started to fall. So we've got some time. And to be fair, you could also just like... Is this it? Are we falling? No. You could also just read what 5, because you were a 5, right? Yeah. 5 wing 4 or 5 wing 6 do, or like what. You could just read about them. Enneagram 5. Type 5 wing 6. Hold on. 5, 6. The problem solver. Problem solver is a subtype that results from the encounter of types 5 and 6, which means that the suspicion and deep observation of the 6s is added to the naturally logical way of thinking of the 5s. In that way, it seems like the subtype is ready to play the Sherlock Holmes character at any time. Am I falling? No. Close. Very intuitive people with the ability to read others to stay always a step ahead. Rational and logical and love to think of new ways to do things, and they do it well too. They go all in when it comes to decision making, which doesn't mean they take risks. Wait. Yeah. They will actually thoroughly analyze the scenario and take every possibility into account before taking any steps. Jumping into the void is not their style. I will say if I'm in a group of people trying to solve a problem, if they are louder than me, I tend to withdraw. That's fair. Well, it seems like, it does sound like, from what it was saying about 5s, like, a lot of this happens in thinking and is not maybe necessarily always, like, in action, maybe. It sounds kind of more introverted, so that probably makes sense. I couldn't tell if I was falling there for a second. See, and I like when, like, some of this stuff towards the bottom, I think is interesting, like, communicating with a 5 wing 6. Be clear and accurate. Avoid mixing topics. And make sure you're amiable so they will feel even more comfortable to share their inputs. Meeting with an Enneagram 5 wing 6. Only arrange a meeting when it's really necessary. This will let them know their participation is important and appreciated. Set out the core tasks and encourage them to participate. Keep emails short and clear. When giving feedback, avoid attacking them and be constructive. Respectfully highlight the main growth opportunities and let them know you trust them. Solving conflicts will be a piece of cake if you avoid the drama and go straight to the point. Set fair rules and compromise on a new way of doing things. Yeah, I think that's interesting. That was really accurate. I like that. You see, that's the stuff that I find very, like, it can be a helpful tool with interacting with people and avoid the drama and I'll get it done. Yeah, that's fair. I think like but like it's interesting because like I'm somebody that enjoys the like understanding the emotion behind a decision, the feeling behind, you know, I need like a Miracles, sorry, but I'm all about that drama. Welcome in. I am like so does it mean that we're opposites? Not necessarily. I mean it does sound like I'm very like I'm a very emotions based person. I feel things very strongly, but I'm somebody who likes if you want me to like um uh if you want me to support something or like like the people that I'm very close friends with and stuff, like it's usually because I want to understand or I do understand the like emotional motive behind it. Like I need to know, like give me the um uh you know, I need to understand the why and the emotional cost behind a decision of something. So you know, that helps me get behind it. Um, so that I think that's kind of like maybe where a difference might lie is like, though yeah, I would say like so a lot of times like it is probably it's maybe not important that I fully understand the emotion behind something. It will help me feel what's the word? It'll help me feel invested in what we're doing or whatever. Give me the facts. I mean, like again, sometimes like I like both. Like I like to be told what I need to know, but I also like being told what I don't need to know, or you know, like what. That's not an accurate way of saying that. I like knowing the reason and what thought went into it, and well, why do you think that? Let me like help me understand this or that. You want to feel it better or to understand it, yes. Or to better understand it, yes. Um, I think you could ask YV. A lot of times I'm like, so oh, Mr. Bunnies, welcome in. How are you? Sometimes I'm like, what's the like well like why do you feel that way or like how oh we're falling we're going into the black hole. I hope my wow okay where is oh is this the tower? No, that's the tower. Yeah okay unbuckle and oh we were maybe I am buckled with like a little too much momentum. Is it hold on, I've lost the tower. Is it that? No, it's that. There we go. Go, 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 go. Okay, I'm gonna try not to slam into the wall and die like I did the last time. Okay. Roll. Sorry, everybody, if this is making you sick. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. Where is the stone thing? Do we see? Hold on. Also, let me catch up. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing all right. I've been enjoying Outer Wilds. Plus, it's always fun to talk about personality stuff. So I'm having a good day. How have you been? See, that makes me nervous. Somebody asked me how I emotionally felt. Really, that's interesting. Just say that's also true. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, and I think that's a fair. Also, that's also a fair emotion to have. You know, I think, like, you know. But when I say that, they pry. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, you just set boundaries. Still be honest. I do. I'm not sure why but people like to cross my boundaries. I think it's just where I live. Oh no. Everyone needs to be in everybody's business. Oh boy. I'm a type 4 apparently. Let's see. What is the type 4? The individualist or the romantic seeks authority and meaning, driven by desire to be unique, special, and understood, often feeling different or flawed. 4s experience emotions intensely, valuing depth, creativity, and self-expression, but struggle with melancholy, envy, self-pity, and feeling like misunderstood outsiders, often withdrawing into rich inner worlds. They can be inspiring and transformative. You should take, I'm curious also, Toon, take the wing test. It's much shorter. It's only 20 questions. This honestly tracks. Wait, that is good. Life's busy, but making time for things here and there, that's good. What have you been busy with? I think the last time we chatted, you were working at a coffee shop, maybe? I can't remember. What are you up to now these days? That test was just was me hitting yes the whole time. That's funny. I think I think a lot of it was me hitting no on a lot of it. Okay, hold on. Let's go up here. I need to find... You sell RVs? I definitely did not know that. How is that going? Okay, well, we need this. Let's go back down here. No, that's not the right wall. Is there... Haha. Okay, hold on. Okay. We are opposites. It's fine, Bear. That's fine. I mean, the thing is that, like, I think the whole part about, you know, it's not like, like, only, you know, 9s hang out with 9s or whatever, or like that, or it's not like, it's more about understanding just how people are, and then, like, knowing how to then talk to that person or interact with that person or whatever. It's more because you need, the thing is like, if you have, the problem, like, if you only have people who are like me, we are probably not going to get anything done, because it just doesn't, you know, I am not the most efficient or the most, like, effective oftentimes. Like, I you know, I need a push from people who are not like me. Like, so, you know, it's you need everybody to be well-rounded, you know? Been in that, but to be fair, there might be pain points where we're different, where it's like, you know, Jet is very emotional and is very like, it's funny because like I think if you really listen to me and how when I play detective games and mystery games, I'm trying to uncover people's motives a lot of times, but you'll kind of sometimes even hear me be like, I wonder why, or like I wonder what their deal is, like why did they do this? There has to be some connection. But to be fair, that's how I like figure out. That's how I figure out. The That's how I sometimes end up figuring out a mystery, is like because I'm trying to analyze the motive. What is this character's motivation and feeling behind this? They said this. Does that mean they're feeling like this? Well, that could be a reason why they, stole this or did this or whatever. So like that's kind of how like so it's interesting how people can also come to the same conclusions but in different ways, because someone else might not look at that but might be more analytical from a thinking and versus like I maybe approach things in a very feelings heavy manner. I don't know. Four Wing 5, the Bohemian. Hold on, I'm going to read that in a second. I'll be back momentarily. Had to pick up a couple groceries. Loving this conversation, though. Enjoy. Yeah, I hope to see you around, and I hope that goes well. Side note, have you seen the upcoming updates to Animal Crossing New Horizons? I have. We plan on playing it. I think that's the 15th, right? So next week. Yeah, plan on playing that. I'm very excited to check that out. We'll see how long we stick with it. I don't know if it's going to be like we just do that for a few streams or what, but yeah, I'm excited. Are you going to be checking that out as well? I'm a firm believer that people are type fluid depending on the context of time. Yes, I think that's very true as well. Because like I was saying, like reading both 2 Wing 1 and 2 Wing 3, there are traits in both that I very much see. I think I definitely lean more towards being a 2 type 1, but like in every description I've read of 2 type 1, they say that those people are introverted. I'm extroverted for sure. Like I am energized by people. But I'm definitely more like I prefer smaller groups of people, and like having that one-on-one conversation is like, it's my bread and butter. I love it so much. It is the best thing in the world. For my birthday, one of the things I asked Yvy, I was like, can we like play a game, just the two of us off stream? Like that's all I want. Like I just want to hang out. That's what I love. So like, but yeah, but it's also like I was saying before, it's also like sometimes helpful to take a test again, either in different situations or like after a year or something. Because like if your jobs change, if your roles change, or like your role in a friendship group or whatever, like your thing can adjust a bit depending on what your what's needed, I guess. But hold on, I wanted to see where east. You said you are a 4 Wing 5. Let's see what that says. 4, 5. Alex McBen, welcome in. How are you? I am currently in the tower that I was struggling to get into last time, but we were also at the same time talking about about a personality test. So we're kind of jumping from game to personality talk. I must run, Sir Jetpack, but you have a lovely evening and a great rest of the stream. Mr. Bunnies, it's always good to see you. I hope you have a great day. But how are you, Alex? What have you been up to? Jet is judging us. No! Not true, but kind of. Not true. The Bohemian. Let's read about Tune. This means that to an amazing ability... This means that to the amazing ability that create... Hold on. Why is this sentence so hard for me to read? This means that to the amazing ability to create that exists in 4's inner atmosphere, we have 5's limitless speculation. The Bohemian is described as being less outgoing than the 4-3, but also more the observer. Is this Myers-Briggs? No, it's not. This is the Enneagram. Oh, no. Not the Myers-Briggs. It's have you taken the Enneagram before? Back to class building and gym for me. Ooh, what are you doing in the gym? Let's see. With the extra self-confidence, they jump into their own universe to find an incredible inner side that was hidden behind a facade of simplicity. Where normal people see just common events, this type raises new questions. As limits are broadened, so is their curiosity. Nothing seems impossible for 4W5 hunger. Powerlifting and cardio, way to go. That's awesome. Amazing. Alex McBen getting strong. Are we entering Alex's swole era? Incredible. That'd be fun. Let's see. That sounds like me, but on a good day. Let's see. Type 4 crossed with 5 is quite interesting, as they're not part of the same triad. Because again, it's divided into 9 numbers, and so 5s are members of the head or thoughts triad, while 4s are part of the heart triad. So when these two triads interact, introversion gets even deeper, and they're no longer worried about how people see them or how to adapt to new environments. They're just focused on opening new doors and breathing the air of progress. The key to achieving this is perception. Trusting perception will drive 4/5s to ask the right questions. The only thing they have left is staying tuned in with themselves and becoming experts in what really matters themselves. So, basic fears of 4/5s is to feel useless or incapable. Being helpless is horrifying. They run from it as quickly as they can and end up jumping into the universe's abyss. Feeling helpless is their primary fear as they fight it by studying, observing, and becoming wiser in different fields. For them, being good just isn't at something isn't good enough. They need to be an expert even if it means failing themselves. This current of urgency feeds their curiosity. As long as fear keeps them moving, they feel good, but they should be careful and not let fear paralyze them. Their basic desire is to reach expertise and become the best at something. Being competent and standing out by their achievements is their main incentive. The core engine drives them in every way. They will overcome any obstacle in front of them. No matter what challenges comes before them, they will use them to go even further and acquire an even deeper knowledge. It's important for them to learn how to rely on the learning process to feel worthy from the beginning to the end. Enforcing their self-confidence will set the right condition for them to strengthen their identity and leave a mark. That's very interesting. I feel like one of the things, swole era was COVID time. It can be 2026 is your second swole era. It's the swollening, if you will. A cool fact with me is that I graduated from my school with the highest math grade ever. Really? So you must hate watching my stream and watching me struggle at math. This is probably the most accurate one of these I've taken. It is very interesting. And I mean, like, again, there are probably parts that you're like, that maybe doesn't sound fully like me. But I also think the interesting thing about personality tests that can be enlightening, I suppose, is like, I think for a lot of people, when you take these tests, you read the result and it can be like, well, isn't everyone like that? Like what that like this doesn't sound special because everyone is like this, no? And like, cause I read that and I'm like, that doesn't describe me at all. Like, you know, I mean, there's some things that I can like understand and like relate with, but like, you know, I if I got this as a result, I'd be like, I don't think that really like those don't sound like my drives. That doesn't sound like the thing that I fear the most. Whereas when I read 2 Wing 1, I'm like, ugh. that almost is like embarrassingly accurate. Like I'm almost like, I don't like to admit this. I don't want to be seen with that because that seems too real. Come to think of it, this type is come to think of it, this is very type 2 of you, wanting to understand. Yes, I would say that is. I like to I do like to understand and see the emotion, and that's why I ask questions, and you can ask YV why. Like, I'd be very curious to know what YV's is. I asked him if he had ever taken the test, and he said no. I was like, he was like, no, because I was like, are you sure? Because I was like, I feel like a lot of jobs like make you take tests. He's like, my job has never made me take a personality test. But I'm curious what his result would be. I got scouted by 2 of the best colleges in the country, but was scared to move away from home. I would have had a full ride. Yeesh. I mean, to be fair, that is a big step. But it must be painful for you to watch me solve math stuff because I'm so bad at math. The only thing I'd hard disagree with is the needing to be the best in my field. I'm perfectly fine not being the best as long as I'm just good enough. You see, that's one of those things where it's like totally valid, like differences and stuff, like looking at it. So, and I think that's all good. Like, I think again, the main use of a tool like a personality test is the self-evaluation of like, does this describe me, or what am I like, you know? And it might even be useful looking at what would it be? 4 Wing 3 is, and seeing if you feel like that describes you at all, or if there's like some things about that kind of fit in, or if not, like, you know, because again, I read my results was 2 Wing 1. I read 2 Wing 3, and there's plenty of stuff in 2 Wing 3 that I'm like, that does describe me. There are less things in 2 Wing 3 that describe me, but there's still like little bits and pieces that do. When $100 says he'd be a type 8. I don't know what 8 is. Hold on. The challenger, the rampaging spirit that wants to eat the world. What a description. Powerful and self-confident, is always on the defense. Natural leader. They want to rule the world and stand out. I can see the standout part. They do, and they do so because they're the most outstanding type. I could see some of this does make sense. But I there's some things that I'm like, maybe not. That, like, it seems like it says that 8s are over controlling. I don't think he's very over controlling. I wonder if there's like a wing that's like not. I think he's kind of the opposite sometimes. Well, no, it depends. He says that he doesn't like planes and stuff because he's not in control. But like, I feel like when we hang out and stuff, like, for example, when I'm like, what do you like? Do you want to play a game for my birthday? Which game do you want to play? He'll have zero opinion and we'll be like, you decide. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. Curious. Or a 7. I'll have to read 7. Initially I used to want to be the best, but I got humbled. Oh no. What was there like a like, was it like a work thing or like school thing? What that humbled you, do you think? The enthusiast is 7. Always goes after whatever makes them feel alive. They're like Pandora's box. No one knows what's coming next. Spontaneous, versatile, and highly stimulated. 7s are up to new intense things. I could see this as well. Because he does have a lot of like hobbies. And he's like very enthusiastic about said hobbies. And see, I'd really love for him to take the test. I'd be very curious. I don't think he ever would. I don't know if I could get him to take the test. But I would be curious. I could imagine him being very like, we need to get him to do it. It'd be very fun. Maybe we can get him to do it on stream. Content. It's content. I did racing as a teenager. Turned out I wasn't special. What kind of racing? Like running or like in a vehicle? I'm very much a go with the flow person, but I'll make a choice if needed. I am a what do you want to do? I will do what you want to do. Unless there is like the only time I will then finally make a decision is if literally nobody else will and time is like drifting past us. Then I will be like, I will make the decision and this is what we're gonna do. I am not a like I'm an authoritative to the last. Like I will only be a leader if no one else will. I am technically a leader here in my stream, but that's because it's my stream. But like I am generally like no one else is picking up the mantle. So I guess I will do it. But I'm not gonna have fun. And I'm not the like I am not the I will say I am generally when I have to take charge, I'm not the nicest person. I'm usually because I think by that point I'm like sort of at wit's end because I'm like no one else is doing anything. And we're just not I think this is this goes I don't think this necessarily shows in my 2 wing 1 thing, but I will say like one of my strengths is seeing where like a weakness is and like making it better, like seeing where, okay, how can we progress forward and make this not as much of a weakness or whatever. So like I can take notice of like this is going nowhere. This is not like no one is making a decision. We're just gonna keep going in circles. I guess I will be the one to step up and do this, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. No one's gonna like me either when I do it. I'm home and have had a cookie to hold me over till the animals are fed. I'm glad you've had a cookie. You need to make sure you get a good meal. Karting and sim, no way. That's very fun though. Do you still do that? Also, my last year of high school, I got a flawless score on the SAT. Oh my goodness, we have Smarty Pants. We have the Smarty Pants in the chat. I still have the award they gave me. Yeah, you are big brain. Our leader. Yeah, but I'm only a leader here because I have to be. Me when my friends are trying to decide where to eat. Yeah, I'm going to make some potato and egg burritos. Sounds nom nom. Give potato and egg burritos. Yeah, you see, I will be like, where do you guys want to eat? We can go wherever you guys want to. I really don't care. As long as there's something I can get on the menu, I am fine with it. I'll probably be able to find something. I do not care. But then when that keeps going on forever, if everyone is like that, I'll just be like, sweet. Here are 2 options. Does anyone want either? What do we feel like? Whoever we vote, done. We're going. Everyone get in the car. We're going. I was smart in high school, but I don't know where that went. No! I was never smart in high school. I'm okay at like English lit, and then that's it. And art class and study hall. A study hall. You have to be exceptional to go anywhere in that field. I only do for fun now. The leftover skill is pretty much a party trick. I feel like, I mean, that's one of the, it is so highly competitive. I think I was looking at F1 stuff and like how people progress, and it's just wild how like, I mean, it's just crazy how small the pool of people that move forward in each thing is. But that's still very fun. I like go-karting. I'm not, well, I would say I am weirdly better than most casual people, but I am sure if I was playing or racing against anyone who was like at all competent at it, I would not be very good. I feel like I'm just better than people who don't kart for some reason. I'll be like that too, but in my head, I'm like, please choose this place. Please choose this place. That's very funny. Well, I was dyslexic, so I had a lot of trouble with English and writing. Fair. I see. I like the thing about English lit that I like is the breakdown of, well, what does this mean? What is the, let's get, that's why I like looking up song lyrics and analyzing them and being like, well, what did the author mean by this? What were they going through? What's the, that, you see, that's what I do. That's why I like lyricists. Fiona Apple, very dramatic, very emotional. Andrew Bird, you know, the artists that I tell you guys, and then I'm like, well, let's look at the lyrics and stuff. It's because I enjoy the understanding the emotion behind, you know, that. I think I'm very driven, or I am attracted to songs that are very like, that give me a sense of, oh, there's something here. There's something here that they were going through, or like, listen to this. This is such a deep song. I don't know. I love that stuff. That's why I think I was good at English lit, was because of it wasn't just, because I'm not a strong reader. I am a very slow reader, but it's what I liked was the, you know, the dissection of, you know, a passage of literature, and then being like, well, what did the author mean by this? What is this referring to? What is this, you know, why would they say this? What does, you know, what is indicative of, you know, blah, 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 you know, I love it. I tell people I can't eat cheese or meat, so let's just pick somewhere that has other options on the menu. And then half of the time they're like, oh, let's go get pizza. No, you see, I hate that. I hate that, Valkyrie, because it's, you see, I would at least be like, well, if we're with somebody who has dietary restrictions, I'm like, we need to make sure we go someplace that accommodates that person, you know? So I would be a little bit more thoughtful in that way. Hopefully, anyways. I try to be. But, anyway. This is very interesting, though. I do like hearing about y'all's personalities and, like, understanding people better. Hopefully, in a way, it also helps you understand people better. And you might even, like, get your friends to take the test, or family members or something. Sometimes that can be kind of interesting, because you might learn something about them that you might not have known. You know? Because also, some people are much better at either reading people and understanding them. Sometimes people are better at, you know, self-introspection, and these kind of tests can be helpful in helping you see those things, or helping you see them in other people or whatever. Did Madrigal say, I don't think so. Madrigal? Have you taken the Enneagram? I have not played any of the Ori games. I think I own one of them. No, I don't believe so. Do you like them? Also, let's read this. Welcome, Solanum. Your arrival here means you've completed your preparation on Giant Steep and are ready to depart for the Quantum Moon. On your pilgrimage, the Quantum Moon will carry you just as it carried me. No! Wait! Should I just like... hold on. Wait. Put it down! Set it down! Can I... No! No, I can't set this down! It won't let me... It won't let me... No! I can't... Oh, wait. Read. We'll read the ship log. Okay. Is there anything? There is something that we have not seen here yet, which was there is apparently one of those little like projection things here, but I didn't see. Ah! I love when you use that emote, Alex. I didn't. I've been finishing my lesson plans for the week and selecting music for the spring concert. Oh, how's that going? But have you ever taken the test before? Yeah, they're not too difficult, and the parkour is super fun. Also, the art style is gorgeous, and the music I have heard before, and it's very good. Yeah, maybe one day we'll play Ori. I remember this area. You have to wait until there's only. Oh, so there's only 5 minutes. Okay, you have left. All right, hold on. Dang, they don't give you any time for that. Okay, hold on. Ship's log. Tell me what I learned. The Nomai built a shrine on the Quantum Moon to aid in the pilgrimage to its 6th location. Remember this final rule: to explore the 6th location, the shrine must be on the moon's north pole. Ah! The pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon was a deeply significant journey for the Nomai. After the two groups of Nomai stranded on Ember Twin and Brittle Hollow were reunited, it became their united goal to find and visit the Quantum Moon. Hold on. Okay, so I have an idea then. We do have to run ads. So I need to go back to the Quantum Moon and move the shrine around until it's at the North Pole, and then maybe leave somehow? This game is all about time. Yeah, that's fair. It's like Crash 4. I need one more song for K1, but otherwise it's going well. Fair, fair. Well, I hope all of that goes well, I hope work goes well tomorrow. I've played Ori 1, good game, but I played it on the hardest difficulty because I hate myself, so it's a bit of a struggle. I can imagine. This is one of those puzzles that solve themselves if you happen to be there at the right time. Yeah, okay. Work made me take the Myers-Briggs 1 year ago at a Alicia conference, but that's it. Well, when you have time, you should go here and tell us your type, and then after that, do this one. Take both of those. The first one's like 40 questions. The second one is 20, I think, or something. Because yeah, I'd be curious to see what your results are. But we have to run ads, and then we'll go back to the Quantum Moon. I have an idea. So BRB!
This is your time, Jetpack Gang. Stand up, move around, grab a snack, hydrate. The stream will resume in just a few minutes.
And welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good break. We are going to go to the Quantum Moon again. Once I remember to put on my suit. Okay. If I was a Quantum Moon... Are you a Quantum Moon? Quantum Moon! That Linka has 180. 40 questions. 180 questions. I'm bad at math. You guys know that. The Quantum Moon is turning black now for some reason. Oh, it's this version. Whoops. Do-do-do. Excellent. Perfect landing. Okay. So... well, this time... wait a minute. Well, this is the North Pole. Oh no! Oh no! Wait a minute. How am I going to... unless... hold on. That's... well, let's see where this is. Okay, we are not at the 6th location. Let's turn the light on, please. Okay, yeah. So... same. Well, okay, wait a minute. Does it change at all? This... so that's not changing, though. Unless it only changes... I don't like this big storm. Hold on. Where's my ship? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Phew. Phew. I've never seen this ship here before. Or wait. Is that my ship? Is my ship broken? Wait a minute. I did see something that said ship hull detected. It is my ship. Wait a minute. How did that happen? I thought I repaired it. Oh, gosh. Well, okay, here's what we do. It might have been your Mach 10 landing. That seems hurtful. Can I... is there... no. Okay. Here, let's... okay. Let's not... it got quantumed. It did. Let's... try again. I want it on a different planet. So I want the quantum moon not attached to the water one. Because in the ice one, we were able to, like... weren't we able to go to the... North Pole? Apparently a Type 5 Wing 6, whatever that entails. Hold on. Hold on. Let us see. Let us see. I can just tell people I'm a cynic. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. If I was a quantum moon... Also, where are any of the planets? Quantum moon! Yeah, don't call it. 5 wing 6. The problem solver. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay. Okay, we'll try not to crash into the place. It's too late. I'm in a tree currently. Yep. Unbuckle. This is the first time. This is where when we first came to the moon, this is the type that we were on, and I jumped off of the, I don't have my suit on. La la la. It's like, dang, why can't I use my jetpack? How am I supposed to... I can't even get to the North Pole. Unless I... Jumping over is what scares me, because that definitely is what... True. This, I think, had it been another biome, I would have died immediately. Without this trees, it would have been... Dang, why can't I breathe? I know. Okay. So maybe there are only certain ones where I can get that far, even? Because, like... Hold on. Nope. If I do this, will you stay? Nope. Okay. Nope. So, okay, maybe it depends on the... Is my ship even still here, or did it, like, quantum itself? Yeah, I don't... My ship is gone. Okay. Maybe we need it to be on a specific thing. Like, attached to a specific planet so that you can even reach the North Pole. That's my next hypothesis. Okay, wait, so Valkyrie, you are the problem solver. Have you ever caught yourself running every possible scenario in your head just to make sure you've thought of everything that could go wrong? Do you sometimes feel like you're holding the weight of what if on your shoulders, constantly double checking and analyzing before taking action? If that sounds familiar, you're Enneagram 5 Wing 6, the problem solver. As a 5 Wing 6, your brain is wired for curiosity, logic, and a healthy dose of caution. You're the thinker who wants to know how things work, not just for the fun of it, but because understanding the world feels safer. You're naturally skeptical, which makes you excellent at spotting potential risks, even if it keeps you awake at night. Balancing your thirst for knowledge with the need for security can feel like walking a tightrope. Exciting, but exhausting. Basic fear is not being skilled enough. They dream of being experts with some kind of mind-blowing, extravagant ability. Their assurance comes from their curiosity. The more they understand and unveil the world, the more comfortable they will feel to face life. They want to make sure they're always aware of things before they happen. It seems like they don't like surprises. When they feel vulnerable, they start to overthink, and most of the time they distrust everything and everyone around them, which makes them really sensitive and perceptive. Their basic desire is to highlight every little spot of Earth, clearing away everything that makes up reality to really get to know this world and thus feel safe. They want to be capable, useful, and live an extraordinary life filled with purpose, and they do. They do their best to reach the most hidden treasures in specific fields and specialize in them. 5W6s develop a high sense of curiosity and always apply methodical ways to assure great results. To develop their abilities, they usually withdraw and isolate to avoid distractions. It's in that private space the most incredible discoveries happen. Does that sound at all accurate, Valkyrie? It might also be helpful to take a look at 5 Wing 4 to see if that also sounds accurate. Okay, hold on. The one with the ice was... Is it the Hourglass Twins? It's not Timber Hearth. Or maybe it was Brittle Hollow? Give me Quantum Moon. Quantum Moon is over by Dark Bramble. I mean, in general, I tend to say I'm happy being left alone. Fair. Totally fair. I feel like, I mean, based on what you've said before, it does sound... I feel like it sounds like you, but I guess it's more. Do you think that? You know, is that the moon? That's the moon. We're going too fast. We're going too fast. Come on. Have we been to the moon here while it's next to Dark Bramble? I see you. Yeah, I was actually saying that, Magical. That I sometimes when they combine statements, I'm also like, but which one do you mean? Oh yeah, we have not been to this one. Oh gosh. Me always struggling to unbuckle. Sorry, guy, we almost crushed you. I don't have my suit? Suit. I'd rank it not entirely correct or incorrect, which I think is usual for these tests. Yeah, that's fair. The longer of those tests just repeated questions multiple times, which reminds me of dumb questionnaires that a lot of job applications have. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, wait a minute. Are we even gonna be able to get there? No, that's definitely fair. Or sometimes they ask like the same type of question, but sometimes it's the opposite. And sometimes that can be confusing a little bit. Okay, wait a minute. Now that I'm trying to get to the North Pole, I feel like why are they making it difficult for me? Wasn't I able to? Or what? Maybe I wasn't able to get to the North Pole on the other ice one. Maybe I made that up. I thought we were. There you are. I'm on feel that life is to be enjoyed and I'm optimistic about the future. I think life should be enjoyed, but I can't say I'm optimistic about the future. Those I am often like, I don't know which part of this statement you're wanting me to respond to. Similar in wanting to know how things work, but I also have the weird interest in delving into things I have zero clue about and trying to trying to navigate. Feels refreshing, like the old days when everything was new. Yeah, that's sometimes very fun. I feel like I need to know how things work. If I don't understand it, I have to try. It's interesting. I think I am of the, as long as it works, I don't need to understand it. But I am that way with people, I think. Oh, and was it stuttering a little bit? It might have been. If it didn't, if it was stuttering while I was talking, I was saying that I'm more that way with people than I am with like things. A lot of times I don't. As long as things work, I'm probably fine. But I am that way with people. I think I am more likely to be like, why do they do this? I wonder what the reasoning is. There has to be a thought process behind this or some kind of feeling. And then I'll start asking questions kind of about that, I think. Like, I live in the US, so no, I'm not optimistic about the future. That should just be a default, right? But I also think people should at least have the chance to enjoy their lives, right? It's hard for me to understand people, but I do try to see their point of view most of the time. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why, like, I mean, I'm a very empathetic person, but I think to a point, like, empathy can sometimes only get you so far in understanding. Like, it may help you understand what someone feels or what it might be like in their shoes at a certain point, but you can't really know until you ask them to explain, and hopefully they answer honestly. So, like, I don't know. So I am sometimes like, you know, so I feel like even if you are curious about people, it just takes asking them questions, you know, like, or even if you don't, like, even if you don't understand why someone does something, then just, you know, investigating and how you like to investigate, ask a question or whatever, you know. I tried to see my cat's point of view from her ripping my cap open, but she's blind, so I didn't learn much. Oh no! But you see, you understand, you understand that she's blind. Did she mean to do it, or actually maybe cats do that? I was talking to people that everything isn't always black and white. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so. How do I... Because there's not going to be a way for me to... If I fly up, I'm just going to get launched into the clouds again. So it said that I need to try to get... This is the shrine. It said I need to get the shrine into the North Pole in order to explore the 6th location. Yeah, that goes all the way up. Anything but this. What they hiding from me? I mean, if we had fire, we could burn this all down, maybe. That could be fun. The Nomai are like, no, our shrines! Okay, I was just taking pictures to see if, like, maybe there's something, like, we can see something in the photo instead. Is there anything I've missed here? It's the teleporter thing, right? She 100% did not know the edge of the bed was there. Oh. You truly are Hearthian. I just, you know, if you gave me an axe, sure I could chop it down. Ooh. So this is the orbital cannon that exploded, right? Is that where we're at? Oh gosh. Oh no, wait. Oh, we're in this thing. Right. Right. What did that do? What did I like? So this always brings me back there. Are we landing? Good, good. Huh, okay. Yep. Oh, is one forward and one backward? I wonder what the left and right thing do. Or maybe we just didn't have enough, like, boost or something, because that was the planet we left. And then immediately we quickly descended. Okay, hold on. Remember to put my suit on. Let me look at this again. Now I built a shrine on the quantum moon to aid in the pilgrimage to its sixth location. Remember this final rule: to explore the sixth location, the shrine must be on the moon's north pole. Pilgrimage to the quantum moon was a deeply significant journey for the Nomai. After the two groups of Nomai stranded on Ember Twin and Brittle Hollow were reunited, it became their united goal to find and visit the quantum moon. The quantum moon sometimes disappears, possibly to an unknown sixth location. Many Nomai went on a pilgrimage, during which the quantum moon carried them to its sixth location and most secret location. To explore the sixth location, the shrine must the shrine on the quantum moon must be on the moon's north pole. We drove inside it and got squished by a fish. But it's my understanding that we couldn't really navigate through it until we got something. Unless that's wrong. Because doesn't someone say... Someone said at one of the points that to get past the fish, you needed to... hold on. Do. Watching, but I know you are so good. Gotta hype him up. Gotta get the hype going. So maybe because every time I hear the Discord blip, I watch you immediately stop talking and look over. Yeah. I gotta, you know me. I'm the servant companion. Gotta do my thing. You know? Let's see. I gotta pick a nice GIF now. It makes you happy. It does. It does. Half the time I hear the Discord blip, I think it's mine. Well, you guys don't hear my Discord thing. Or you shouldn't. It's not being captured. If I'm looking directly at my phone. I know there isn't a notification. That is funny. Hopefully you don't hear mine, because you shouldn't. I hear it on other streams. Okay, yeah, no, that's true. You see, I hate when people just have that where you can, like, hear it going off. They need to not capture that. But, okay. I thought it said something about we needed something. Wait, what is this? Right, the warp core, that's probably what it is. But maybe not. We could just go back. Let's just see what happens. I have not learned of any specific way to get through here and how to not be eaten by the fish. But I think I remember reading at some point where they were like, to get past them, they had something. And so we need to find that thing. You hear on Raceland strings, and the funny thing is, a lot of the time it's me getting faked out by the notification for a message I sent to him on my own dumb self. That's amazing. I know some people have that as like a bit alert sound, like you can play or spend some bits and then it like it'll make the sound on purpose to try to like trick people, I guess. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. We almost just like slammed into that thing. Whee! So like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it said that we needed something. But one of the streamers I watch has an MSN messenger. Oh, that's great. I think it's the warp core. So maybe next time we'll go through the did we even see what the red thing was? Can you reach me from here? Not? Okay. So I feel like we need something. That's the furthest we've gone. Wharf core. Yeah, that's what we need. Wharfs. Maybe we'll figure this out next time. Maybe tomorrow we'll come back to this. And try to figure out what to do. That quantum moon. That quantum moon has given me some trubs. Yeah. Maybe it will go to Ash Twin? I forget where it's at. Tomorrow and figure out, or yeah, I can't remember whatever it said. that quantum moon is being being very fussy. Yeah. I just want to figure out the quantum moon. You know? I just want it to not be so phantomy. Just be a regular moon, you know? Let me go to the moon. Let me 6th location, you know? Never follow a quantum moon to a 6th location. That's what I've learned. But that should be a t-shirt. That should be a Outer Wilds t-shirt if they haven't made that. Anyway, friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for taking the personality test and stuff. That was very fun. What's really funny is that if I start a new game right now, I can beat it. Really ridiculous. Well, I'm sure it's like, yeah, once you know some of that stuff, you can just like skip to the end almost. Is that hand? It's in After Effects. It's not like hand drawn. So it's like shapes, paths, I guess. The Chase is the game. Yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out its emotion. You know, why is the quantum moon the way it is? Why is it doing this to me? Feels so personal. That's why I wish someone would hit me in the head so I could experience this game. Yeah. Cherish this. Yeah, for sure. I am really enjoying it. So friends, as a reminder, my birthday is on Wednesday, the 7th. I think we're going to go over the Australia photos on the 7th. So we'll do that. And then on Friday is my birthday stream. And YV's going to be on. We're going to be playing We Were Here Together. So it should be fun. And that'll be Friday. So I hope to see you guys there as well. But in between time, we'll just still keep playing Outer Wilds. Hopefully we'll figure all that out. I would like to try to finish this before Monday next week. So we'll kind of see what happens. But anyway, friends, that is it for us today. I hope you've had a wonderful day. Yimit, thank you so much for the 46-month resub. Very much appreciate you. For those who are around YV stream, I'll see you there tonight. And that's about it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Great stream as always. Thank you for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you guys again next time tomorrow. Bye-bye!